Coverage you can count on at 11 starts now.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us for News 13 at 11. I'm Jordan Titus. 4 people are hurt after 2 boats collided this evening on the Waccamaw River. Horry County Fire Rescue says crews were dispatched around 6:45 to Bucksville Landing for the watercraft crash. Both boats sustained damage and 4 people were sent to the hospital with injuries. The South Carolina Department of Natural Resources is investigating with assistance from Horry County Police. And firefighters responded to a house fire in Florence early this morning. According to the City of Florence Fire Department, crews were called to West Ingram Street around 5 a.m. for a reported house fire. Firefighters found flames coming from the front of the home, and officials say they were able to bring the fire under control about 2 hours later. Officials have not released information about any injuries or the cause of the fire. The department is reminding residents to make sure their homes have working smoke alarms. In Horry County, crews responded to a crash on Highway 501 South near Waccamaw Boulevard and Tidewater Road. This vehicle landed on its side along the roadway, reducing traffic to 1 lane while crews worked the scene. Now, we aren't sure whether anyone was hurt, but you can count on us for more updates. And just days away from the election, Republican candidates are seeking to secure the nomination for Lindsey Graham's Senate seat. They appeared before voters looking to secure their votes. News 13's Maddie Cottaspati has more from the event.
Saturday morning Senate stump, the 5 candidates involved in 2 debates earlier this week spoke on many different topics, with the most prominent being affordability, immigration, and overseas affairs.
We look at the numbers. Yeah, there are a lot of numbers that we could talk at length about, but it comes down to something a whole lot simpler. This race is, for me, based on, numbers, but what will those numbers buy us these days? There's an affordability question which ties largely to this theme of the American dream.
When you think about the price of rent and the housing shortages, do you know one of the biggest drivers of that? Illegal immigration. 20 million people were imported into this country in a 4-year span. It is unimaginable, it's unconscionable.
Under President Clinton and under George W. Bush, when they had the director of CARE, a Hamas terrorist organization, working beside them, telling our presidents how to deal with the Islamic threat in America. Do you think we got any good information
there? Other thing I will really do is try to help South Carolina and make aware the electrical problems that reason you're paying high taxes, high electrical prices to companies. Call attention to audits and get things done in the right way. I'll recruit businesses. I'll recruit good people who have nothing to gain the system to come to South Carolina.
The priorities are the families in South Carolina and how much they're struggling. I oppose illegal immigration. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris let 12 million illegal immigrants into this country. I'll help President Trump walk them right back out.
Also in attendance were 4 candidates who were not involved in the 2 debates earlier this week. Mark McBride, Samuel Shepard, Glenda Gale Parker, and Danny Ford II. The primary election is on Tuesday. Polls will be open from 7 to 7. In the newsroom, Maddie Cottaspati, News 13.
Senators have passed a sweeping bill to enforce new sanctions against Russia as a tribute to their late colleague, Lindsey Graham. The South Carolina senator died last month. Graham was a longtime supporter of Ukraine's fight against Russia and an architect of the bipartisan measure passed today, with his sister now holding his seat in the Senate.
We are all aware of the tremendous bloodshed. For more than 4 years, Putin has wreaked havoc on the lives of everyday people, kidnapping tens of thousands of Ukrainian children and committing unspeakable acts. The war against Ukraine is primarily funded by the revenue Russia rakes in from energy sales. Without these profits, the ability to fund the war would be crippled.
The measure allows President Trump to impose tariffs on the top 5 purchasers of Russian oil and natural gas, including China and India. Meanwhile, President Trump will hold a tele rally Monday to support Darlene Graham's run for a full term in her late brother's seat. The president endorsed Darlene ahead of Tuesday's special Republican primary to take over her brother's spot on the November ballot. North Carolina native and influencer Mr. Beast is granting some special wishes. The popular YouTuber and philanthropist is granting wishes to 100 children with life-threatening illnesses with the help of Toby's Dream Foundation. It includes a trip to the upcoming World Series for Harley Matela from Virginia, who was diagnosed with a rare cancer on his 17th birthday in January.
It's been pretty hard. I mean, probably the biggest thing was not being able to play baseball.
You never think it's going to happen to you or your family or someone you love, let alone your child. I think it hit his community even pretty hard, having this really strong, dominant athlete and figure that got knocked down by cancer.
Harley had to undergo multiple surgeries and several rounds of chemotherapy. His mom says he is now in observation mode. Other wishes for local children granted by Mr. Beast included gaming with him in his studio in Greenville, North Carolina. And the Senate has confirmed a new Attorney General this evening. Sarashki Rai has the story.
The Senate confirmed Todd Blanche as Attorney General in a vote early Saturday morning, cementing the president's control over the Department of Justice. The Republican-led Senate voted 50-49 to make Blanche the second confirmed Attorney General since Trump returned to the White House last year, with a stated desire to use the law enforcement agency to investigate his political enemies. While Blanche has already been leading the department in an acting capacity, his confirmation could free him to pursue the administration's agenda even more aggressively. Blanche said on social media that he was deeply honored by the trust and confidence President Trump placed in him, adding that he was grateful to senators for working late to confirm him. Though confirmed along a party line vote when he was nominated as Deputy Attorney General in March of last year, Blanche struggled in gaining Republican support to lead the Justice Department after a series of actions that earned pushback from skeptical Republicans. Main opposition among them was Blanche's decision to sign off on a $1.8 billion so-called anti-weaponization fund expected to funnel money to Trump allies and January 6 defendants. The fund, which Blanche formally rescinded earlier, was created in the wake of an agreement to settle a $10 billion lawsuit from President Trump brought against the Internal Revenue System. Blanche was also able to clinch confirmation with the reluctant backing of Senator Bill Cassidy, who took to the Senate floor Friday morning to announce and explain his much-anticipated decision. Here's what he had to say.
This is not a referendum on President Trump. It is a decision regarding Mr. Blanche in very specific circumstances. All considered, I will vote for Mr. Blanche. I'll be criticized for this vote. What's new?
The Senate also passed a bill Saturday to fund the government beyond the midterm elections, punting it back to the House to head off a shutdown which is looming on October 1st. The bill would fund federal agencies through December 11th at current levels. Senators will now head off for the August recess, where they will campaign ahead of the midterms. This is Sarakshi Rai reporting live from the White House.
You're taking a live look over the Myrtle Beach Boardwalk. Stay with News 13, your full forecast after the break.
And now, here's your Storm Tracker 13 forecast with Viper 13 real-time radar, sponsored by J&K Home Furnishings.
Good Saturday night to you. I'm meteorologist Blake Matthews. Thanks for staying with us. Temperatures across the area right now holding in the mid to upper 70s, and temperatures really aren't going to fall a whole lot more than where they are right now. A few of us may end up in those lower to mid 70s, but all in all, it should be a fairly balmy evening. As far as the radar and satellite is concerned, we're still monitoring some heavier showers and storms out across the near coastal waters, dealing with some scattered activity across North Carolina. But notice here how everything is beginning to fade away. So we're expecting a fairly quiet evening locally. But I think that those showers and storm chances are going to be back for our Sunday and into our Monday before we begin to transition into more of a drier pattern and a hotter pattern by the middle of next week. So again, the satellite and radar, the shower activity that we saw out there should begin to wane as we head into the overnight hours before picking back up again heading into our Sunday. Here's the overall pattern: area of high pressure out to the west, one off to the east. In between it is a weakness where we have the rising motion in the atmosphere that produces that chance of showers and storms. Now we find ourselves sort of on the far edge of both the high pressure and that weakness. So we will carry that chance of rain in our forecast, but it's not a great chance for our Sunday. But I do think it increases into our Tuesday. into our Monday, I should say, before that area of high pressure begins to push on in and begin to dry us out as we head into the middle of the week. So we'll be watching that forecast pretty carefully. It looks like we've got a couple of areas of high pressure here dominating the forecast across the southern U.S. So things are certainly going to turn hotter and drier, I think, in our forecast, especially by the middle and latter part of next week as that area of high pressure begins to move into our direction. As far as the futurecast is concerned, taking us through the overnight hours, starting off at 6 a.m., mostly cloudy skies to get us started here. We will notice a few scattered showers and storms along the immediate coast as we head towards the lunch hour, and then they will move inland towards Florence as we head into the heat of the afternoon. So we'll be watching that sea breeze action later in the day. Carry that umbrella. Where it does rain, it's not going to rain very long, but the rain could be briefly heavy across the region. Moving into our Monday morning, we're starting off with mostly cloudy skies, and we'll see that chance of rain once again heading into the afternoon. Now, over the next 7 days, how much rain can we expect? Well, a quarter to a half inch of rain across most of the viewing area from southern North Carolina and into our parts of South Carolina as well. Overnight low temperatures tonight down into the low to mid 70s, with high temperatures returning to the low to mid 90s for the inland areas, mid to upper 80s here at the immediate coast. And then looking at the beach forecast, we will carry that chance of rain here for your Sunday, with water temperature right around 84 degrees, waves 2 to 3 feet, and that west-southwest wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Quick check of the tropics. We are monitoring an area out across the MDR, the main development region here. The National Hurricane Center giving this wave a 20% chance of development over the next 7 days. But other than that, not much going on here from the Caribbean to the Gulf to the southeast coast. Here's your beach forecast. We will be monitoring that chance of rain here Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday before things begin to dry out and warm up heading into the middle of the week. And as far as the inland forecast is concerned, temperatures here in the low to mid 90s with that chance of rain Sunday and Monday.